say? Basement, boxing towel. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing towel. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing towel. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP, any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped, chop tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live with my good brother Black Star Sports TV in the building. What's good?
All right, what it is, man?
Just chilling, just chilling. Another Saturday down. Boxing Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I still like that intro, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. What's going on? What we got going on this weekend?
Man. I tell you, still disappointed about the Fortuna and Thurman fight.
Okay, that's what we're gonna start off with. Disappointed with the Fortuna and Keith Thurman fight. What you disappointed about?
Man, it's not happening. You know, every time we get ready to get into a fight now, old big boy get hurt now. You know, I don't know what's going on with that, man. I mean, he having a hard time getting into a fight, you know. You know, they set it up with a nice card, yeah, fun, you know, because he kept getting hurt before. You know, now he's having he done all of a sudden got hurt again just before this fight come up, you know. I mean, just here, what we have a week to go, or was that supposed to have been this week?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Salute to Lunatic, the Lunatic in the building. Gary Walker in the building. Salute to you guys.
Yes, indeed.
Salute.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, so listen, I was doing my little investigation, my study, and I was wondering the same thing about the Fortuna and Keith Thurman fight, because I was really interested in seeing this fight. Not saying that I really wanted to see Keith Thurman particularly fighting Fortuna, but I was interested to see Fortuna back in action and possibly what this fight could lead up to next. And one of the things I came up with was because they said Fortuna, and I got a problem with this because they said Fortuna is supposed to hurt his hand. And that's one of the easiest excuses a boxer can use in boxing. Somebody hurt their hand. Okay, I understand that. But with all due respect, I believe maybe the ticket sales wasn't there. Because, and this is the reason why I say that. Because they came back, and I heard it was supposed to be rumored to come back January the 8th, something like that, or somewhere early January 6th, something. And I'm like, if it's a hand injury, how can you dictate when this man is going to be able to come back? Or if the hand injury wasn't too serious? Or maybe it really wasn't a hand injury. Maybe you used a hand injury due to the ticket sale. Like you say, the fight supposed to have been this weekend.
Yeah.
Today. The fight was supposed to have been today. So if I'm thinking maybe if the ticket sales wasn't where they were supposed to be or where PBC expected them to be, and we 2 weeks away. You can't go. You don't want to go ahead and put the show on and possibly lose.
Yeah.
So what way can you do? What other way you do is you postpone the fight. You say, hey, the best fighter, the fighter who had the belt, he got a hand injury, and we come back and run it back after the injury. But when I heard they had a date possibly set for January, like, well, how did he know his hand gonna heal by then? How do you know his hand is gonna be healed in that particular time? And that's what kind of threw me off. And I'm like, man, you know what? Maybe the ticket sales weren't there. And I can understand that because Fendor, he does have a name. Keith Thurman has a name, but Keith Thurman, hey, the last 5 years he had a rocky road. And for that to be a headliner, I can understand maybe fans was kind of iffy on buying the tickets. It was in Vegas. Remember that too. It was in Vegas. Now maybe the fight might have been somewhere else. Maybe Texas.
I think so. If you're right, if you're right about that, the thing is, you had that nice the other fight with Shaky Foster and Cool Boy Steph on
Stephen
that card.
Foden. Yeah. Right.
Ooh. See, if you had that somewhere, like if you had it in Philly, you had it on the East Coast, you had it in Texas, somewhere other than that, you get more of us coming to the fight because that's definitely gonna pick our ears up when we hear that. But this is one of the problems that we talk about consistently about boxing. You know, they always want to go to Vegas. They always want to go to Vegas. Not every fight is a Vegas fight. See, now if that turned out to be the case, that would definitely go a long way in explaining why. You know,
Hey, I believe that fight would have did good in the Barclay system, in Brooklyn.
oh man, everybody would have came out to that, man, because that was more of what the card is selling to. But for some reason, boxing has this thing, man, and boxing is going to have to shake it. Watch this going to happen with this the new league that they coming up with now that they done already broke laws and everything to create. He's going to take that thing and he's going to move boxing around, and that's going to be beneficial, and that's going to be something that's going to benefit boxing. But we've been talking about this for years. You know, if you've been watching us, man, we've been. I mean, this is something I've been like, man, I'm sick of Vegas. I mean, you got to waste so much money just to get there to go to the fight. You know what I'm saying? Whereas opposed to, let's say, if you have it down the street, all you got to do is run on down the street, jump in there, and say, "Hey, man, you know, I mean, like if it's in Dallas, you know, you just go in there. You know, if the tickets are affordable, you ain't got to do all that traveling. Or if you getting one little cheaper hotel than a Vegas hotel. Jump on in there, you watch the great fight, pay the money, come out, buy your T-shirt, you know, and it's something that you can see. I mean, you don't want to always watch boxing on TV. You want to be able to see it live, you know." Mr. Sheldon in the building. What's going on,
Mr.
man?
Sheldon,
Yes,
salute,
Steve.
Mr. Sheldon. Yes, sir.
Yes, Steve. And that's the thing, man. If they're more conscious. Now, if it was a whole Mexican card, you want to put it somewhere where it's going to be around, like California, maybe Texas, or so forth. It's going to sell more because you got more of the people who that like that style of fight, and that's going to want to come see that. That's the perfect play. But I wouldn't put that fight and just stick it in like Atlanta or or DC or stuff like that. It wouldn't do as well. But it's the same thing in reverse with this card. You had all these brothers on that Fondoras too. You know, I mean, he's okay, but he's the only Spanish fighter on that card that we knew about. If but that's only if that is the case. If what they're saying ain't true and that's the real reason.
Right.
But we've always been sporting that out. We feel like it should be moved around anyway. If something goes to Vegas, it should be like a big rematch or something like that goes there. Because if you keep doing that, it's the same people going to see every fight. And that's how the boxing fans won't grow, because it'll be the same people at every fight sitting there watching the same people. So it doesn't do nothing. UFC is everywhere. It'll be one in Houston. It'll be one down here. It'll be in Minnesota. It'll be over here in South Dakota. It'll be over. So you don't have to, oh man, I wonder what it's like. Well, here it is right here.
Yeah.
You go right there and see it. And it's just like going to a football game your first time. You can watch football on TV all you want, but there ain't nothing like sitting down in that stadium and listening to the crowd and seeing everybody, and you are here. That's the biggest seller. And what's the most impression that you can lay upon a child or a youngster, possibly to get into the sport, is that, watching it on TV, it'll be one thing. They might check it out, but if they're there and they can feel the event, that sets into your mind where you want to dream. Man, one day I want to come out here. I want everybody to scream my name. I want to knock somebody out. I want to be the champ, and you can set off into that little dream that'll set it off to going. And then there you go. You go to find your gym. You start on it. You meet some people, stuff like that, and it builds. Boxing has to do more of that. And then it's going to be sad that they're going to let UFC guy here come in and implement this madness and then get their credit for it, when they should have been done. They said Riyadh season better come save PBC.
Right.
Man, I don't know what's going on with PBC, man.
Better come say PBC.
Yeah, man.
So you don't know what's going on with PBC?
Yeah, it's like, can't get a beat on it, man. Something happened to Al Heyman, and for some reason, man, he don't like to work with brothers or something, man. Why he never got with Don King, who was an excellent card, as far as putting cards together and presenting things, because for a while they was doing that thing, but it could have always been better. They was rumoring one time to have their own belt, coming up with their own ranking system. They said that, but they never went on it. And now they allow this guy to come in and implement all those things that they could have been done a long time ago. When they had the full, arsenal of everybody and everybody was at their heights, they had the opportunity to do it. They didn't do it. And now what they doing now? They kind of in the bottom. Nobody's really, PBC is almost like an afterthought now, man. Riyadh season is it, man. I mean, whatever the Turkey doing, man, Turkey dominate boxing.
Yeah.
Gotta give it to me.
I believe a lot of Riyadh season came through and overpaid a lot of fighters, man. And we about to see the effects of it.
Yeah.
With this new league. Because the new league is actually putting a cap on what guys can make. If you're not ranked if you're not in the top 5, you can't make this. You can only make this much for a title fight and all this. So I mean, the Muhammad Ali was put in effect for a reason.
They're going to mess it up.
And for guys who want to work around the Muhammad Ali, why?
Anybody worth a damn should say hell with that, because that's going to ruin boxing altogether, and that's just going to make him the kingpin like he is with the UFC. He get all the money. He gets all that. He give you what he want to give to you. That's like the NCAA. Well, we don't want to pay you guys. I mean, what you mean? I mean, boxing is already established, up and gone, man. If these boxers are so stupid to follow this guy and go over there and do that, man, that's on them. It really is. It's on them, because I mean, man. I mean, so you want to come in and just crush all the sanctioning bodies, the whole order, the promoters and everything. You got to be in their league in order to participate, So, I mean, it'll be good for certain guys, but, the top guys, they shouldn't have no part of that. Shouldn't know part of that.
Now I could understand if I could see if it was some guys who probably not signed the big promoters and guys who not getting them fights, or the guys who's getting the lower level fights, just really trying to they build their careers up to be the boxers that they want to be.
Yeah.
But like I say, top tier fighters, I can't see them agreeing with this, man. I can't see them doing this.
Yeah, because how he going work with Turkey? He working with Turkey, and Turkey's paying big dollars, and he want to shortchange you, but you got the big money guy and the short money guy supposed to work together. How does that work? It don't make sense to me. Because if you want the best guys to fight the best guys them already historically proven to you, they want to get paid. And then here's the other thing. Remember when Bud was going to fight Earl, and Bud said, I want to see the numbers. I want to see what the budget is, what you're spending, all that. I want to see all of that. In this, you can't even ask them because they killed the Ali Act. Now that part's out of it. You can't even ask them. Let me see what the figures are. No. So how you gonna be able to determine what your rightful cut should be? See, so they already coming in with some janky stuff already. So I don't like that, man. I don't like him. I think he's a snake. I think he was the worst thing for them UFC guys. Them guys should have made way more money than what they should have done for the time and how big that UFC had gotten. And people was asking, "Oh, it's better than boxing." And that, you still had to come over to boxing to get the big money. Now, where are those guys going to go? Everybody's going to be able to make little. They're going to give them like a food stamp budget or something. I'm gonna give you $10,000 for this fight. What you mean, man? He's
Right.
number one. I'm number two. No, that ain't working, man. And we don't need nothing like that. We don't need no slave masters in this sport. Forget that. These guys need to.
That's and that's what I was getting to with earlier when we was talking about this weeks and weeks and weeks ago about how no disrespect to Turkey out of Sheik or anybody, but it's just like they holding a bag of money over people's head. And for a bag of money, the guys are doing anything. But if you sit back and you sit back and you think about it, it's more like almost like Gladiator.
Yeah.
It's almost like Gladiator. Like these guys, the guys with the money, with the riches, they sit up in the coliseums and big places, and like they say, are you not entertained? Their entertainment is to go out here for guys to go out here and brutalize each other, and it's a sport of boxing. But Turkey has said it, and we've seen it before. He throw bonuses up for knockouts or stuff like that. And that's the part where I have a problem as far as being a puppet. This boxer's being a puppet. It's like being a puppet, and he's like the puppet master.
Yeah.
Okay, he's overpaid these guys. These guys have fought these fights, and people are seeing the purses that the other fighters are getting, and they're anticipating on getting these purses for upcoming tough fights.
Yeah.
But like we say, what happens when Turkey's ready to quit feeding into that? When he's ready to quit overpaying guys. So now if you're not getting overpaid, I guess you're stuck in this league.
See, that's what happened. Turkey is the one that jumped in and made the big splash. Here comes I keep forgetting his name, the bald head white guy, UFC. Dana White. I don't know how I can't remember that name. But anyway, he come in and he getting in his ear. Hey man, you ain't got to spend all that money. We can do it like this. You see? But the formula that they have and being secretive like that is dirty. What I liked about the PBC's version that PBC could have done is the fact that they gave their fighters percentages, and it came off of whatever how the card sell. But you would have to show them all those numbers, which they did. They showed them to Bud, and they showed them to Earl, and they saw what it was, and they was able to negotiate off of that. Now that right there is a fair deal, because that's letting you in on, okay, This is what we setting about. This is what it's looking like. This is what all the figures is. Your cut should be this. Okay, that's fair. Now, if they do something like that, then I'd be like, okay, maybe that's a little bit, because if you have a fight like Canelo and Crawford, and they got 40 million people watching it, boom, us all over it, then made crazy money. Now you justify the money. It's not so much about what you just giving fighters as of what they earn themselves. And and that was one of the big things about the PBC. They wanted you to bet on yourself, to go out there and say, well, you get this guaranteed money, or you get this back end money. The percentage come in like a tidal wave for you. If you got something that's going to bring you a return, you just well do it. Now that part would be okay. That wouldn't hurt boxing so, because that'll be legitimately what you're going. But taking that part and also localizing the sport and moving it around the country and bringing it to the people, rather than having the people always got to go to Vegas, or California or Vegas. Oh my God, man. There's so many places in the country that, guys ain't got nothing to do. You go to, like, you went to Wichita. I imagine gyms would open up the next week. And the guys are like, hey man, that's something there. They got local fights down here at the such and such, It's whatever. It's a lot of places like that where people are looking for something to get into, and that's where boxing can fit in. But if you stop marketing it to the people and going across the whole country, just think about it. We talk all the time about Mexican fighters, Cuban fighters, Puerto Ricans, and wherever they coming from. America has a small talent pool compared to the other. Especially Mexico. Mexico got gyms on every damn corner out there, because the sport is out there in everybody's face, so everybody can enjoy it. That's what needs to happen now in the States, and that only is going to make it better. Then maybe you'll get the crowds because we always talk about how the American fans don't support the American champions. They don't be there, and all that madness. That could change too. Imagine if you have local guys. It's like they kind of pissed me off here in Houston how they did the Charlos. Here you got an undisputed champion. I ain't seen him on one billboard. I ain't seen his name on nothing. But when I moved out here, I seen J.J. Watt everywhere. He ain't came close to winning a damn thing. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense, man.
Hey, yeah.
And that's the thing. I shook my head from the game. Like, what? I don't understand this, man. He ain't gonna never see no Super Bowl. I mean, he was everywhere. Every TV commercial, every billboard that you drove, you saw him advertising for somebody something. I mean, that dude, man, owned the city. I mean, you figure you gotta win something to get that type of honor. I mean, it wasn't that he wasn't a bad player, and they had some good teams, but it's just the fact that they got out like that. He ended up making a lot more money outside of football than he make in football. And why can't some of these guys get into that? And why we don't have boxers doing the Daycon commercials like Ali used to do, or the Sprite commercials like Sugar Ray and them? Put them in some things like that. It's like they don't want to really push that out there. But you can't blame the powers that be as much as people had to put themselves in position to elevate themselves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's one thing. Yeah, I hope it happens, man. Because I want to see that Oshaki Foster and Cool Boy. But it's gonna be right here in San Antonio now. So I'm trying to see if I can't scrap it up, man. Go on over there and see what's up. Because that's gonna be a nice card too. That's gonna be a damn good card. I'm glad they added that one today, because that's the first thing I thought when they canceled that. I said, damn, man, we ain't gonna see the Shocky Foster. Why they gotta cancel it? Just throw them bums off there and have a fight anyway,
That would have been like main card.
Yeah, why you could have had Thurman still fight somebody else, and, have him fight somebody like Crawley.
And that's what made me say that I don't believe it was too much. It was so much so as a hand injury, as more as it probably was ticket sales, because if that was the case, like you said, Thurman could have just fought somebody else
Yeah.
to stay active.
And see,
But
and
when
that's
they
another
came
thing.
back and said, well, he probably we can fight in January. I'm like, wow, damn. Yeah, maybe the ticket sales weren't right.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Yeah.
ticket sales wasn't right.
Very well could be. Could it be? Yeah. They could have had it in Florida, right there where Thurman is at. Thurman, he's a nice mouthpiece for around the way. He'd be all over the place talking that up, and anybody that had any kind of interest in it, they be buying them tickets, man. Be ready to come up there, man. I mean, I don't get it, man. I was looking on here just today, the Virgil Ortiz and Lubin fight. Man, you can get tickets for $35 to go see the fight.
God
I mean,
damn.
yeah. I mean, they up there a little high, but you can get in and you can go see the fight for $35. That's the kind of stuff you need
Right.
for these young teenagers or younger dudes, and maybe a teenage son and his younger brother, about 8 or 9, want to say, "Hey, man, let's go see the fights." They can hustle that little bit of money up going to the fight. You're gonna see Virgil Ortiz and Lubin, gonna be a damn good fight. And then you also got a Floyd Schofield on the undercard. So that ain't bad for
Yep.
$35, man. You see? And then what they got something to see. Oh man, yeah, I went to the fight. I seen, oh man, yeah, you seen it? Yeah, man, I've been there, blah, blah, blah. There it go. you know. And then that'll keep rolling right there like it. That's why people every time from that Earl and Ugas fight, after that, everybody keeps saying have a fight back here again because it was such a good event. And it didn't kill you. You didn't have to have $1,000 just to come inside there. You know, you can get in there, couple $100, you could get you a decent seat, sit down, and enjoy the event. And you can see, and then the card was stacked pretty well. I mean, it was a whole lot of good fighters that was on there that was doing it. They're already contenders, and man, that's what's going to set you up for success. Man, they got to do better about these cards too. And these guys ought to fight more. Move that stuff around. You don't like Thurman and them, them guys, like he's sitting around waiting. That extra little fight would have been nice for him. They don't have to fight all top competitors, but you you got the big fight coming up, but showcase it. Let them fight over in this area or somewhere. That also grows their fan base too. If you fight everywhere, people going to start to embrace you. Just like when they had the Blue Horizon in Philadelphia, when they had Tuesday night fights. And if you was a regular on Tuesday night fights, shit, Philadelphia embrace you. Why? Because you right here, you fighting right in front of them. They're gonna see you fight at least 3 times a year, right here, on top of whatever you
Right.
do big time. Why not do that? Why are they fighting only twice a year? I'll be like, man, well, shoot, I'm gonna fight a couple little chumps here and there along the way during this year, but I might fight 6 times this year. If you're a fighter, you might have 1 or 2 serious challenges, but the rest of them is going to be guys you're going to go tune them up and showcase yourself. Oh, man, who is this guy? Okay, now more people know you. More people have a chance to see you, feel you, touch you, talk to you. You signing autographs. Oh, man, I remember that guy. He was he was cool, man. Yeah, he talked to me, man. Yeah, he knocked that dude out, man. There you go. You got somebody else. What's your Instagram? What's your this? Oh, yeah, all right. That dude going to follow you the rest of his life. And that's what they need more of. They need more of that, man. And boxing got to do better with that. And I think in a way it's going to work its way out with this coming in, because that's one thing about Dana White. He's a hustler. So he going whatever he doing, he gonna go at it hard. He gonna try to hit all his points, just like he did with UFC. And those things that he did was spot on, man. I got to give him the credit for it. But I think if he operate that like as a B league, like a little farming system for the new guys that come in and rotate, because them new guys, it cuts out a lot of red tape for them. They can get in the rankings and get some type of a notoriety just for going through that system. And then even if the best guy's not there and the best guy's out of there, if you went through there, you should have an option to go and sign outside that to fight a big guy like that too. And that would be all right. That can work out like that. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how it go down though. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Lunatic shit.
Say PBC can't
PBC
get
probably
venue.
can't secure it.
Well,
I'm-
PBC got a free venue in Minnesota. Remember when they had fights in Minnesota? They don't even pay for the venue. The venue is free. So
yeah,
they
yeah,
got a
yeah.
they got a home
We
base.
learned we learned that a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, they
we
don't
learned
even
that
pay
a
for the
long
venue.
time ago.
That's how
Yeah,
big that city was like, man, we want that. We want boxing, man. We'll give it to you for free just to have the show here. But you see, now I bet you in Minnesota, you got guys from they doing road work right now. They man, I want to fight down here. Matter of fact, they had a fighter that was from there that they featured in there. Oh man, what was his name?
Mario.
Oh,
Mario was from Minnesota, and then
yeah,
he
it's
came
Morel.
and he slid down to Houston.
Yeah. It was Morel. It's another black guy too. I can't. He fought the guy that Caleb Plant. It was Techie. Who's Techie? He fought on there one time. It was it was a couple years ago, man. So he wasn't like a mainstream fighter, but he was like a guy that was kind of in there, had respect though, but he wasn't really a star, but he was doing his thing. But I mean, and that just show you right there the fact that they say, hey man, just come on down here with us. And in that, that and in that area like that,
Right.
they're like, I'm pretty sure there's other places. I mean, around here that'll be like, around the country, they'll be like, man, hell yeah, man, we need some Idaho. What the hell they doing in Idaho? Not a damn thing. Let's have a show in Idaho. I mean, y'all in Oklahoma. I mean, y'all be doing all these other stuff, y'all. Why not? Who knows? Wisconsin. They doing more than just making cheese out there, I mean, something. It's crazy to me. But hopefully that's what they'll pick up on. And even if they don't pick up on it, it's enough competition between the promoters and such that somebody's going to have to think like that. Somebody's going to have to grab on it,
Right.
jump out there and take advantage of it because it's there for you. Remember like when we watched wrestling when we was younger. You had the NWA, you had the WWF, you had the Mid-South, the AWA. You had all these different ones, had different territories around the country that they worked. And all of that together
Yep.
push wrestling and won. They could absolutely do something like that now, and that in itself,
Yes,
man,
sir.
would definitely produce something. See, like my man Lunatic says, Milwaukee used to be a fight city. See, and it can
Yeah.
be that. It can be that again. Can be that again,
I
man.
agree.
So
I
hopefully
agree.
that's what happened out of it, man. If that comes out of that, then maybe that'll be worthwhile. For the fans anyway. And then maybe we can see the PBC should have had their own. They should have came out with their own boxing show, and they should have had it on Showtime with them. And they could have been running all their fighters through that. Every a weekly show that even if it wasn't fights, it could just be talking about upcoming fights, upcoming fighters, introducing them to the public, getting people to to look at them and understand and get because it's like coming up, it was harder to link with a lot of Mexican fighters because they spoke Spanish and I didn't know what they was talking about. So it was harder. But like I find it easier, and I have to admit it affected a little bit because when I hear David Benavidez and he's talking, I understand every word he say. I feel like I know him more. I can link with him better. So it makes me a huge fan of this guy because I can understand not just what he does, how he moves, but what type of person he is. And how he put the work in and all that. So that all helps you to connect. And it's all about connecting with the fight fans. If you can connect with the fight fans and get them at your beck and call, checking you out, man. Hey, what is he going? Is he going to be fighting here or on your show? Hey, man, what's going on? You been training? What's the next fight? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
That's what you want. So but these promoters, they not promoting like that. They looking at their event. and how that event going to do. And it's singular pieces of events that's happening instead of looking at the total big picture. You know, if you work this right, all this is going to come together. It's going to come together on its own. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. With the lunatic libertarian says Louis Arias and Javier Martinez, pro boxers. The Pettis brothers, most recent from Milwaukee. Rufus brothers before that. See, he know what he talking about. See, and then we can have more of that, man. And then that's even more. You're going to increase knowledge of the sport, and everything is going to go on up and up, man. You know, because you know there was one time when boxing was bigger than football. Hard to believe. Hard to believe, but we was there. People, I mean, we get excited to go watch it on the TV. People used to get excited to go listen to it on the radio. You know, everybody sitting around the radio. What happened? You know.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I'm really hoping that that's the way that it turns out, man. But you know, you have to have the right people that's in control of certain things and put boxing in the right place, man. And I just wish that some of these you know, even Oscar De La Hoya had the opportunity. He squandered it. You know, he's not nowhere near. He could have had the whole thing. And he screwed up, you know. And then the PBC look like they doing the same thing. So, hey, Turkey is in the control, man. I don't really see Eddie Hearns. I don't know what Eddie Hearns is doing. He don't like what's going on.
Well, okay, listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is what it seems. A lot of the promoters have just taken the back seat and let Turkey and his money pay for everything. And I'm saying that to say this, like, it started with Bob and Top Rank. I think it actually started with Matchroom and Riyadh season. Yeah, and then we seen Eddie bring Top Rank over, and Queensbridge, and then the rest of them. And this all go back to what I was saying about people getting overpaid. So in this situation, we got the promoters, a lot of the big promoters who have fighters, and PBC fighters have fought on some cards too. The typical promoters are saying, okay, you want my fighter to go fight this fighter? Cool. Just know that's my fighter. Mm-hmm. So whatever you for him, make sure mine is in there too. and they quit. They cool with it because you got Top Rank, you got Matchroom, and all these other promoters who making free money. They ain't coming out of their pocket. They calling their fighter like, hey, Turkey said he wants you to fight such and such. He offering you this.
Yeah. And
we have seen it. We have seen it not once. We have seen it not twice. We've seen it numerous times. Devin Haney, even him and the money he said that Turkey offered him for the Ryan rematch. He said the money was when they went in there with a number. Yeah. When they hit them with a number, they was like, shit, oh, okay. So, you know, when the shit all said, you got a lot of promoters who making free money, and their fighters making some of the best money they can make. And promoters like, hey, I ain't had to even come bring my checkbook out.
Yeah, and see, and Eddie Hearn. Well, Eddie Hearn wasn't smart.
I'm just straight depositing. I'm just depositing.
Eddie Hearn should have been smart enough to jump on that before Dana White.
What is kind of messed up is a few fighters, which is good though. This is good for the fighters. Few fighters have gotten their way into Turkey, so they don't need orders. Certain fighters have built relationships with Turkey themselves, and I'm gonna call it out.
Yeah.
Richard Hitchison. He stated it. Oh yeah, this is my last fight on Matchroom. Me and Eddie got to sit down and talk. Woo woo. And then maybe Richard Hitchison was thinking Turkey was gonna come holler at him, but Turkey sent the message like, "Hey, listen, I deal with you through Eddie. I deal with you through Eddie." And now we see like Core and then Bud and Canelo deal directly with Turkey.
Yeah. That's where they leapfrog in the game, see?
You said my audio crash? Hold on.
And, it's like you freezing
See,
up.
my audio wasn't fucking. Hold on. Might be my. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. You talk 1 second. I'm gonna fuck with my internet.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that would be awesome. And Eddie Hearn brought the guy in, and he showed the money, and he electrified the sport. But he did not think in his mind how he could incorporate that into where he could, put it together like Dana White did. And Dana White was way ahead of it because you saw him talking to Trump when Trump first got elected. And then all of a sudden, first thing I thought was, what is he there for? He ain't politics. What he doing, And then you see now, that was all to work on to get in that alley, get around that alley at. He knew the obstacle that he had. But see, now it's up for fight fans and these fighters to do the right thing and not let these people come in and take advantage of them and set boxing back, because we don't want to see these boxers, and that was the thing about PBC that I liked the most was the fact that he looked out for the fighters. He made sure that they got a certain amount of money, but not just got a certain amount of money, but managed their money. You never see nobody in the PBC crying about money. Everybody doing well. They always up. Even Lamont Roach was saying, when Tank didn't take the rematch, he said he still took care of him. He broke him out a few $100,000 and gave it to him, and then gave him this fight to keep him going. In that time like that, that a lot of promoters not going to do that, man. That is one thing, and that was a benefit of having that. And one of the reasons why Al Heyman said that he did it that way because his brother was a boxer, and then he seen that and everything how boxers was being treated and stuff, and he didn't like that, because we don't want to see no more Gerald McClellan's and Junior Jones's, guys that can't, having a hard time talking and functioning and ain't really got the money no more. The fame is gone, boxing is done with them. They ain't got nothing going on, but these guys make sure that their pockets stay up straight. Their investments is good, and their money can keep making money the rest of their life. And just think back to how many boxers that's just kicked to the wayside. Like what's my boy from DC, man? Not Sean Bay Mitchell, but damn, he's a bus driver now for Greyhound. He was a 3-time world champion. William Joppy, and it's sad that they would come up to that, but at that time, he was dealing with not Al Heyman, but Don King. But he had told me though that Don King did all right by him. He didn't have no problem with Don King, but it just was at the time there was no systems in place to have people that can elevate you or help you to maintain the wealth that you get, And that was one of the biggest things, because I remember Earl Smith said that when he met with all of them, because they was all trying to get him, and him and his father met with him and they talked, and he said they didn't even talk about boxing. They was talking about investments and all that. And that's when his father looked at him and said, "Hey, this the guy." And it was done. He said, "Hey man, line him up. I'm gonna knock him down." And he went all the way till Bud Crawford, you know. But that was a good thing, you know. Yeah, man.
Right.
We got Poi
There
Pounder
we go.
NW in the building,
Salute
man.
to us,
Salute to you.
CJ. What's good, bro?
Yes, indeed.
You say Joshua Edwards was going to fight on Ortiz card. Don't forget, check him out. Joshua Edwards. Okay.
At that, yeah, because and it's only $35. You can buy a ticket in there, man. I just checked it today in Fort Worth. I was looking. I was like, man, I don't know if I can make that run. I'll make that run, man. I'm gonna be up in there. Cause we got that one, and then we got the one in San Antonio, and I definitely want to catch that San Antonio, man. That's a good card, man. I was like, shoot, man, they're only 2 hours from here too. Man, come on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check that out when we get off here too. Say even though Plant lost,
What you say? Even lost me. Playing versus. I agree. I agree. We still do
oh
need
yeah,
to do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, most
What'd you say?
definitely, man. Yeah, we definitely need that Charlo Plant fight. You know, them guys they need to go ahead and get what they can get. You know, that why they couldn't have just put that in there and
Yeah, I
took
agree.
Fundora ass out. Oh, we got the underrated darkness in the building. Salute, salute. What's going on? What's going on?
Salute, salute, salute.
Yes, Steve. Man, I hope that
Yeah.
I want Earl come back, man. Earl got to fight one more fight, man. He got to give me one more fight.
Who would you want? If you want to bring back, man, I want him to stay where he at. But if you want to
Yeah,
bring him back, man, who would you have him fight, man?
right. I think he need to go to 160 and fight somebody at 160. Just skip the 150, man. It's because they got a clusterfuck over there. He come in at 160, man. Shit, fight the what's that dude? Medikowski. Man, me and them foreign names. I'm sorry, but I'll chop them up, man. Medikowski, Metagirl. God, what is this? You know, they
Metrovol.
yeah, that'd be a good fight for him. Yeah. Yeah, because he ain't gonna have to reach it. He ain't got to look for him. He gonna be right there, and they gonna be hanging and banging. Who we got? He said, "Who you got,
Oh
Parker?"
my God. Underrated said Earl got to come back. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Hey, no, we don't do that. Don't
You
do
got,
that. Hey, see, this is
especially.
why I don't want to do that.
Go ahead.
This is really why I don't want to do that, bro. This is really why I really want. Cause I really don't want to open up an old can of worms, bro. Listen, bro. Right now, we see the shit is being paved for possibly blood. I mean, Bud to be 4-time undisputed, bro. At once, don't
Oh
in the one, don't even in the 160 range, bro. Don't even step in. Don't even step in the 160 range. Just man, if you gonna ride into the sunset, it's cool. It's cool.
yeah.
It's definitely cool. Ride off and say, did this. And me personally, I couldn't ride off in the sunset.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but hell, that's a lot of money to be made, man. Ooh, some money to be made. Even if let's say you win, you beat Murtazi, you beat him or whatever, and they say, okay, fight Blood or whatever. You know, hell, I mean, it's a nice payday, and it will definitely sell because of the first fight. You know, I don't know, but I don't think I don't know, man. I had to see what my boy looked like, man. But you know, I'm a diehard Earl fan, man. I can't help it. Just one shot, yeah. You think Bud is willing to fight Adamas to set up undisputed?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I
he
think,
got.
yeah, I think,
Yeah, but
yeah,
ain't
yeah, yeah,
Adamas is fighting somebody though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Don't Adamas don't he already have a fight lined up?
I don't think so. Mm.
It's not that. Oh, it's Laura and
I know he got
Murtalev.
law.
Like Laura and Murtalev is yeah,
Yeah,
if I'm saying it right.
yeah.
That's a
And then
but you
it'll
know,
be one
a
belt
lot of
left.
a lot of people picking Murtalev to win that fight. But I don't know, man. That old man Laura been knocking motherfuckers, motherfuckers out. I don't know what the hell he been drinking or whatever, but man, I'll see how it go, but man, I
Now,
can't.
see, Earl came back 6 months ago, 5 or 6 months. I would have loved to see him fight Law.
Oh, they fought Laura. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He should have did something like but I, I guess his body needed some time, but he need to come back and get about 2 or 3 more paydays, man, and because he had finally got his big payday, Yeah.
I don't know what the.
I mean, but he's good with his money. His investment's been right, but put a little more on there. Shoot. You can only get it one time. Once you get to a certain age, it's all gone. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Laura and Janabek. Janabek, that's right, Janabek. That's the big
yeah.
fight. But you notice how people is talking about Janabek like Janabek is Canelo. We'll see. That's a good ass fight though. You ain't lying, lunatic libertarian. Yeah. Oh, it's an echo. Hold on, let me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Can y'all hear me? Lunatic libertarian. Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Take these bad
If,
boys
if
out.
I if I ain't talking, I'm just gonna keep my mic closed.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, any of them guys I think is great, man. But still, they haven't really come up with a verdict yet of what they want to do with Bud yet. Bud may just walk away from the whole thing. Or maybe he just say, "Hell, if they give me 150 million, I'll fight Benavidez." Yeah, man. Because Yeah, I mean, he's like in a position like what can he do now? If he doesn't rematch Canelo, which I haven't heard much about, and he don't fight Benavidez, hell, it ain't really nothing for him to do but 160, But
160.
Yeah,
But
yeah, gonna be one undisputed at 60. He can do it in probably two fights. Beat Ramos and then beat the winner of Laura. Hey, he go down to 40. Oh, god damn. 4-weight division undisputed. That's crazy.
yeah, that would be absolutely crazy. For damn, that's it's hard to believe he did what he done already. I'll be honest though, I didn't really see it coming, man. I didn't think that the Earl thing was
I
gonna go
didn't
that way
think
either.
that the Earl thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back and went over his career, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
he never all his fights was unanimous or knockout. He never had a split decision. Unanimous or knockout. So it was like none of his fights were never close.
You know what though?
You know what though?
I wish he just go on fucking retire, and let Earl come and see if he could get undisputed at 160. You know?
You know?
I think it's too much time off, man.
Think so?
Think so?
I mean,
I mean,
he's kind of
he's
a
kind of a
special case
special
because
case because
he took so
he
much
took so
punishment,
much punishment.
from them damn
From them damn
accidents.
accidents.
True.
I think that
I
time
think
probably
that time probably
did him better
did him
than
better than
Did him better
lunatic.
than
lunatic.
Lunatic says
Lunatic
Earl
says
gets
Earl
punished at
gets punished
160.
at 160.
No,
No,
no, I
no,
can't agree
I
with that,
can't
my
agree with
brother.
that, my brother.
He might
He
lose,
might lose,
but I don't see
but I don't
punish.
see punish.
He
He
was
was
already
already
half of his thing
half of his thing
was
was
being at
being at
147 for so
147 for
long.
so long.
He need to get
He
up to
need to
about
get up to
160,
about 160.
and maybe
And
who
maybe,
knows?
who knows?
He might even
He
get
might
more
even get
strong.
more strong.
What man
You
say?
know what man say?
No
No
defense.
defense.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
that Crawford
That
fight
Crawford
messing
fight
people up.
messing people up.
That's why I want
That's
my
why I
boy to
want
come
my boy
back.
to come back.
Cause like Roy
Like
Jones
Roy
said,
Jones said,
they must have
they must
forgot.
have forgot.
hey, in order for Spence to come back, man, he got to get back with Blu-ray. He got to get back with Blu-ray. If he
He
ain't back
already.
if he ain't back with Blu-ray, it ain't even worth coming back, man.
Yeah, Blu-ray
Yeah,
said
Blu-ray said
he already
he
was.
already was.
Yeah, that's supposed to
Yeah,
be
that's
going on
supposed to
for a
be going
while.
on for a while.
It ain't even worth it. But hey, salute to Bud, man. Bud made me a believer, man. I doubted him against motherfucking Earl Spence, and I'm still saluting this man 2 years later for this shit. Cause I was not a believer of that one. But the man has made me a fucking believer.
Hey man, he
Hey
snuck up
man, he
on
snuck
us.
up on us.
He snuck up
He
Yeah.
on us,
snuck up
man.
on us,
Cause
man.
It wasn't like he snuck up on us because I don't want people to get it twisted. It wasn't like I didn't like Terrence Crawford. I was a Terrence Crawford fan. It just when it came down to picking sides against these two individual fighters, I just chose to go with Earl Spence. That's what it was. And then I have based it upon, you know, prior history, prior fights, and I'm a man of my word. I can actually say this. I thought that Earl Spence had fought maybe the tougher opponents, but maybe the tougher opponents that I thought were maybe the tougher opponents, maybe they really wasn't the tougher opponents. To come to find out, they probably wasn't the tougher opponent. It was just all an in-house move. I knew it was in-house. A lot of the shit was in-house, but I felt it. And then when I sit back and I go back and I say, okay, I'm gonna keep it real. We sit back and I say, okay, well, damn, look at Danny Garcia. Earl did his thing with Danny Garcia. But then I sit back and say, well, damn, at 147, I can't really name you a fight that he won. Dominantly at 147. 140, I can. 147, I can say Danny Garcia. It was kind of rocky. It was some tough situations. Sean Porter.
Yeah.
He fought everybody at 147.
Yeah.
And that was Sean Porter was a real pit bull at 147. Keith Thurman never fought Earl Spence. Who else did he fight? He fought damn, he took the IBF title from
Shoot, from England.
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Shoot, from England. Sheffield.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about. When he took the IBF title from him.
Yeah.
I believe that was one of Earl's toughest fights at 147. And when we look back and I was doing the comparison, I figured that when Crawford fought Amir Khan, I thought Amir Khan was a little bit already past dated. And when Bud fought a couple other fighters, the Sean Porter fight is where I had a real question there, because Sean Porter, to me, was outboxing Bud Crawford. But then when the eighth round came, when the eighth round came, and Bo Mac told him, man, hey, I think you down on the cards. I think you down on the cards, man. Hey, I seen a different guy come out that corner, man. That guy came out of the corner like a raging bull, man. And next thing I know, Sean Porter was on the canvas 2-3 times right then and there. Like, damn. Yeah, good shot, Lunatic. You talking about it was Kell Brooks when he beat Kell Brooks for the IBF title. But yeah, so I give Bud his props, all his props. It's just I thought he had the weaker schedule of a weaker background, because Bud made it look weaker because he stopped all them guys.
Yeah.
And that's probably what it could have been. Bud stopped everybody at 147, like everybody. And I mean, we seen Earl Spence. He was on that spree too until he cut ways with Blu-ray. And when he cut ways with Blu-ray, we didn't ever see the same Earl Spence. We seen Earl Spence, but not the same Earl Spence. And for Bud to do that at 147, I mean, he dominated everybody. And maybe the domination made me downplay them other fights. Like, well, they probably wasn't what they were. But Bud just made it look like they weren't where they were. And they really were where they were.
That's true. Well, I was like, thinking that the guy was too small, you know, coming up like that. And that's part of where he hoodwinked us because Bud was a lot bigger than we thought Bud was, and he was a lot stronger. Those were two of the reasons why I thought that it would catch up with him with Earl. But come to find out, when he fought the Australian cat, Jeff Horn, he came in there at 160 some odd pounds way back then. So he was already a bigger fighter, but we just didn't take note of this. We just kept hearing how he was smaller, he coming up from 140 and this and that. And then on top of that, his unusually long arms. The same thing he did to Earl is the same thing he did to Canelo. And he worked it beautifully. He stayed right on that hip, and if you watch him, he moves just very subtle movements. He ain't doing no all the way around. No, he just stayed on that hip enough that he was always. That's why every time that Canelo tried to throw something, he'd get one off. He could never get that second one. Because as soon as he fired off, he was pop, 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 pop. And then he'll step back. He just adjusts himself just a little bit. And when he adjusts himself, he was out of your punching range, but you was still in his. And he still could hit you. And he worked it beautiful, man. I got to take my hat off. He did both of them guys like that. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. So I'm not making no excuse or downgrade nothing. I'm just saying what he worked out was genius because it's something I didn't even see myself. You know, I didn't look at it and say, dang, he do got long arms, you know, this and that. He had a little size in that fight, you know, so he's been there before. Then, because you see how fast after that fight with Earl, he just shot right on up. Like I thought it was going to be, he's going to have to stick at 47 a little bit. Now he jumped right out there too. We thinking Earl is the big guy, but he snuck up on all of us. When I saw him push Earl back, I said, oh, shit. I knew it was over because I thought, that's one of the reasons why I thought he wasn't going to get over because he's always been a pot shotter to me. But he'd get in that position and he'd sit there and probably he'd work his magic. But with a guy that could press him and stand there and be out physical him would make it harder for him to be able to move. He'd have to stay there and take more punishment than he want. That was what I thought Earl would get him at. But shit, he showed me. I mean, it was beautiful, man. I was wrong. I had to admit that, but. Hey, man, I didn't see it before then, but now looking back at it, I said, damn, he snuck up on everybody. Damn, man, I didn't see that. But a lot of people who were and are Bud fans, you know, it wasn't like we wasn't. I kind of fell into it a little bit more as the 5 years of going toe-to-toe with all of the content creators about who could win the fight. Made it a little more, man, I don't want to hit no Bud, you know. And I admit I drunk the Kool-Aid. But they could never tell you, because we used to ask him all the time, how is he going to beat him? How is he going to do it? Nobody gives an answer. And that's where I'm saying, well, damn, how come nobody on his side can't tell me what it is he's going to do? Because they didn't even know themselves. That's the thing about it. They just felt that, you know, hey, that's my guy. He's going to do it. I don't know how he just going to do it. And I'm telling them exactly, walking to them, this is what I'm feeling. This is why I think Earl is going to do this. This is why. But you know yourself, I don't know how many people we was on here with. We couldn't get one Bud fan to explain to us how it was going to go Bud's way. Then when the fight happened, everybody, I knew it. No, you didn't. Because you should have been able to tell us before the fight what he was going to do that was going to give him the problem. Because nobody saw it till that night. You seen people that was at the fight still like, okay, they couldn't really believe they were seeing what they were seeing. And then for him to take it and then escalate it all the way up to Canelo and then do it again. I mean, hey, man, you can't take nothing away from him. That's just what it is. But it was genius, man. And when you go back and look at that fight, just pay attention to it. You'll see Canelo's feet get real wide. And you know he reaching, and that's right up his alley, man. He steps, pop, 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 got you, and he was toying with him the whole night. I remember in that second round when he hit him with a straight jab and he snapped his neck back like that, and I saw how Canelo reacted. The first thing I thought about was the Bivol fight. I said, this fight over with. If he can do this already, I just don't see it. And sure enough, that's the way it went down. But I mean, the guy showed me something. I have to say, it happens like that sometimes. And I was really sure. I was really sure my guy was going to win. I did not think it was too much of a chance that it would go another way. But man, he did his thing, man, and I take my hat off to him. He showed me something. And that's the beauty of boxing, though, man. And that's how you learn and you grow, and when you see things like that, and your mind expands, and you see boxing even deeper. Because I couldn't see it, and I did. I tried to see it. I tried to see it from the opposite side, and I was like, well, I just don't think he's going to do this. Earl's going to do like this. And he's going to keep going, but those guys could never get started. They couldn't get started. Even, I mean, Canelo couldn't put two or three together. He might get one in there, and maybe just graze him with the second one, but he couldn't put 3-4 punches comfortable in the right position because he always seemed like he was searching for him. But he's standing right there. And it's just that, because he has unusually long arms for a guy his size. And that's why, I say this, and I know some people may not agree with me, but if he fought Fundora, I don't know how he'd fight him, because he wouldn't be able to do that same thing to them guys, because he doesn't have that anymore. What would that fight look like? I almost would like to see the fight, but there's no reason for it, so it probably won't happen. But those different styles, man, that's boxing, man. When you see them different styles going in there, and watching how them guys react to certain things that other guys are doing well, and taking certain things away, and highlighting your attributes better over that other guy. I mean, that's what you want to see. That's where you excuse me, you learn and you grow with your boxing knowledge. I'm not one to sit here and be like, hey man, I know everything. I tell you how I feel, and I'll tell it to you to my confidence level, but that don't mean I'll be right. And I understand that because, coming up, going to the barbershops, man, talking boxing with the fellas and stuff like that. That's always the way it be. And, everybody know who's everybody's favorite fighter. And, that's just part of the whole thing, man. Talking trash is just talking trash. It don't really mean nothing about nothing. But always trying to pick up and learn a few things here and there. And I did definitely do that with Bud, man. But Bud did that. And Bud was a whole lot stronger than I thought too, man, because he was stronger than Canelo, man. I mean, this is kind of crazy, man. I I don't think that Bud could fight Benavidez, because Benavidez is a big guy now. He ain't coming to 68, I understand, but it's a movement of guys that would like to see him go up there and fight him at 70, 75. I don't know, man. That's another guy because of the arm reach. He'd have to do something different. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I don't know what else he'll do right now, because every time I see him, he's doing certain things. He's always been able to do that. What are you going to do when you go in there against somebody that you can't do some of the things that you're normally doing? What's your plan B or C? I don't know. But I mean, he got nothing else to prove, man. He done did it all. So, man, kudos to him. I kick back and I don't know what his financials is or whatever, but man, investments or whatever he's doing with that, make sure those things is rock solid, and hey, man, going out to the sunset, man. Maybe get the announcer's gig or something like that, something like that. I mean, you already got a gym, so I mean, what can you say? He did his thing, man. He beat my boy, man. That damn thing hurt me though, because I'm a big Earl fan, man. Man. And that's what I was talking earlier about getting to know certain fighters, and you feel a kinship to a guy. Earl's father was a truck driver. My father was a truck driver. He used to take him to all his boxing things, and was very active in what he was doing and everything like that. And I felt like, hey man, part of the family. So I was in there, man. And it happens, like people are always talking about, I'm not a what they say, I'm a fan of the sport, but I'm not a boxing what is the term they use, man, when they talking about guys that just like fighters or whatever. But what gets you to fall into the sport is the fighters, though. You know, we can't overlook that because the first time you seen Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard or Roberto Duran or hell, any of them guys, man, there've been so many great ones. Those are the things that make you want to watch again. When is that guy fighting again? Then you want to tune in and see it. And then as he goes, you growing with him. And you feel like you have a part of the journey, you know. And I was really with Earl, because Earl was talking about, strap season, and I'm getting all that. And the guy had the goal of getting undisputed. And he gets all the way to the end after he fought everybody he could fight, except Thurman. But, we understand why that didn't happen. It wasn't like he didn't try. And then it happened that way. I kind of felt bad for the guy. I felt like the wrong guy won, because of the mystery. But it didn't make Bud a bad guy. It's just that I was more locked in with him. And I could see something that he could do. But then as the fight went on, I was like, dang, I don't know. What is he going to do here? What the hell is he doing? And then it didn't come into me. But Basement can tell you, man, I talked about that for the longest. I'm like, how the hell? How did he do it? It mystified me. And I had to go back and keep looking and reasoning on it. And then come up with it. I said, that's what he did. That's what he did. And then, hey, man, it's just what it is. Smart, man. Real smart. He did his thing, and kudos to him, man. But I think he should go ahead and retire, though. Shoot, he ain't got nothing there. And unless he want to get one of them crazy, ridiculous paydays. I mean, it's a damn shame that Canelo was able to get all them years. You heard what they came out with Eric Gomez from Golden Boy said? Did you hear that, Basement? I don't know if you heard what Eric Gomez from Golden Boy said about Canelo.
No, what did he say?
Yeah, he said 12 fights.
12 fights.
They avoided
fighters like that
because they knew he
had a hard time with them.
He didn't want to
fight fighters like
Andre
and them guys,
because they was
worried about something like that happening.
12 fights.
12 fights.
Now that guy used to
promote him.
He came out
and said that.
Wow.
Yeah. He said 12
fights and he avoided that.
That's some
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Damn.
He was getting all the 35 million.
Well, that explains that the international the international story went on.
Sure did.
Yeah. When he got Billy Joe Saunders,
he caught his ass. We ain't seen him since.
Hey, that's crazy.
He beat
him.
That's crazy. Because Billy Joe, we ain't seen him since, man.
He ain't
nowhere.
He ain't
stuck like Kell Brook, man.
He's a point pounder. So Gomez
said Canelo was real quickly at 154.
Well, it's not just 154. But it was because the guys he fought was champion. He just didn't fight a certain style. But it's all Canelo did what he did, man. He just like this right now. But that's okay. I'd rather see a fighter like that than to see him out here on these streets.
Man. He can't take care of it. That's all right.
But I give him credit too for coming back. And taking them opportunities, man. Because he didn't have to do it. He never had to fight Bud in
Right.
the
He
beginning.
never had to fight Bud in the beginning.
Yep.
You know, so you got to get a man
So
props
you
on
got to
that.
get a man props on that.
You know, and like I said
And
this a few
like
years
I said,
ago.
I said this a few years ago.
If he fight a Charlo,
If he fight a Charlo,
Benavidez,
Benavidez,
and I did say old boy
old boy,
Andre, then I was like, hey, he did what he had to do. He fought everybody he needed to fight because those was the three guys that to me he should have fought. He ain't never gonna fight Benavidez, but Benavidez don't need him now. Benavidez don't need him. And Benavidez beats Anthony Yard in this fight coming up, and then he gets better BF. Don't know it don't Canelo ain't even thought Canelo need to fight him at that point because I don't think that he ever was even entertain fighting better BF, and he didn't beat Bivol. So if you don't beat them guys and this guy come along and beat them, I mean, he's got to be the next Mexican star, man. I mean, I just don't see how it couldn't be. Yeah, Poi Pounder. It was the biggest contract. But you know about it though, Poi? It was actually $40 million a fight. And Oscar screwed him and he found out about it. And that's what made them break up because Oscar told him it was $35 million and he was taking $5 million and funding undercards for the Golden Boy shows. And he never told Canelo that. If he had been straight up and said, "Hey, Canelo, look, they want to offer this, man. Won't you let me take $5 million of it for that and do like that?" I think they would have went for it because they had that relationship like Mike Tyson and Don King had back in the day. We brothers working together. We Latinos, we working together. Let's do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But he didn't do that. He didn't choose to do that. He chose to be a snake. And then Canelo found out about it, and that's what caused the breakup. But if it wasn't for that, man, that right there is the biggest thing that Oscar ever did in boxing to me was get him that contract because it set him on easy street, man. And hey, there you go, man. It's his family will never need again. Yeah, lunatic libertarian says Canelo needs to ride into the sunset. Sound like that might be what's going on because he usually be pretty active. He don't like to take a lot of time off without making, at least letting you know what the next move is and stuff like that, because he is a boxing head, man, and he definitely is dedicated to the sport. So I don't know what move he can make next. So what he would try to do, but I mean, it's there for him. It's up to him. So we'll see what those guys come up with. But man, $150 million and stuff like that. Hey, how do you retire when you can make money like that? Jeez, man. I at least got to fight till it run out. When they start offering me $2 and $3 million after I done stacked up 300, 400 million, then maybe I'll consider. But why are they talking about 35, 40, 50 million? Oh, no, I can't leave this. I got to fight some damn body. I'll be in the parking lot picking a fight with the security guard or something. Yeah. Well, he does have a contract with Turkey right now.
Contract with Turkey right now, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he got 2 more fights.
Don't he?
He got 2 more fights.
Yeah, so he gonna fight somebody.
Yeah, so he gonna fight somebody then.
Damn, who do he fight?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably one of the Turkey fighters.
Shiraz. Yeah.
Shiraz. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe him.
Yeah, let me say
Bivol Benavidez, the best fight at 175.
Shit, I'll tell you one thing,
man.
Don't look past
Benavidez. Don't do it.
Heck,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Benavidez versus Bivol. Yeah, I got to go with the younger guy, Benavidez.
Woo. I
And I
want
see now, and I see,
I
and
want
you
Benavidez.
you see what Ponder said. He said they got Shiraz rumored to fight Callum Smith. Now he go in there and dominated Callum Smith, who motherfucking Canelo dominated. Then what? They gonna put him in the ring with Canelo, right?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will beat Callum
I
Smith.
think he will. I think he
I
will
mean,
beat Callum
Shiraz,
Smith.
Yeah, of
Shiraz,
course. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Shiraz is a pretty good fighter.
Riz is a pretty good fighter.
Uh, damn, but the only thing is, will he fight Canelo without a belt?
And the only thing is, will he fight Canelo without a belt?
Shit. Well, this time Canelo ain't got no choice.
Yeah, I know. I know. Dang, that's true. That's true. That is true.
Been a long,
Dang, damn. Yeah, but
been a long time. Like I said, he no choice. He ain't got bills.
yeah. And see, and then Shiraz is so tall, and he know how to work his range too. I don't know if he has the. I don't know. I don't know if he can pull off a little of what Bud did. Bud was so crafty with it, and the thing about it was he was efficient too, because he didn't overexpend himself. He didn't overstep nothing. He didn't overreach. He everything was nice and concise. Everything was like when he did something, he already had the perfect reaction for everything, and he was always in perfect position. That's hard to do. That's hard to do, but he did it
See,
so well.
see what I'm gonna tell. What I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I think. What I believe can go wrong. What I believe can go wrong with that fight is Shiraz not moving his feet and standing for
Oh,
and that could be a problem.
he let him tee off with that whoop
That
whoop.
could be a problem.
That's
You feel what I'm saying? Shiraz, he flat footed, and I don't see. Yeah, he might have a good jab. He might have the reach, but he ain't got the movement that Bud had. You feel me? In the first couple rounds, he used just a little bit of movement, but that little bit of movement was just to throw Canelo off. I don't see Shiraz with that movement. I can see where they can compare maybe the height, the reach, whatever,
yeah.
but it's still him not being able to get out of getting put Canelo in a position to punch where he doesn't want to punch. I believe that's the opposite. It's the opposite. That's what Bud was able to do. Bud was able to move, and Canelo was throwing punches where he didn't want to throw punches at. Shiraz is going to be flat-footed. He's not going to be able to move. Canelo is going to throw punches where he wants to throw punches at, and eventually they're going to land. And I don't know. I don't know.
I tell you, I like to see him fight.
The outcome might not be good if you standing there just being.
Yeah, I like to see Canelo fight in Billy. That Christian and Billy guy, that Fort Lester Martinez. Now I know they're gonna rematch each other, and that's good. I like the
Yeah.
rematch, but I would have liked to seen that fight because this guy's a bulldog just like Canelo. That would have been a hell of a fight just to watch, because he
Okay,
goes,
so what if Martinez win? Then you still want to see him fighting Billy?
yeah, because of the style of fights. I like to see that style together because we never saw Canelo fight a banger that's like him, in that regard. I don't think he's perfect in that. He need to get another trainer because he doesn't jab enough. Christian and Billy doesn't. And that cost him in that Lester Martinez fight. Because a lot of times he was in range to really do something, but he swam too much. Everything is swimming. And he got that straight down the pike. And that would have stopped Martinez and made him redirect himself. And he needed that sometimes in some of them scuffles, but he didn't do that. But they don't. These guys over across the seas, man. I'm telling you, man, they got to come over here and get the best boxing trainers, man. I hate to say it. Well, I ain't gonna say I hate to say it. I mean, it's just the truth. It's a different style. It's a different level and different. It's more skill here in the States than it is in other places. And in Europe, is starting to pick it up because they get a lot of our trainers and they send them over there. And you see a lot of the Ukrainians are getting better because of that, you know. And it's all good. It's just boxing. And because boxing started out one way. Everybody started talking this Mexican style, but hell, go look at 1954 boxing. Everybody fought that way. Everybody fought like that.
Right. Exactly.
So how you get to be Mexican style all of a sudden? That's always been what everybody did. But it started to elevate when you had Sugar Ray Robinson, you had Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, all this. It showed something different. It was more athleticism put into the game. And then there was a lot of little crafty stuff that was done with like working with range levels, angles. That's where things really stepped up and went to another level. And and that's something that we brought to the sport when we got into it. And then you have guys like Eric Morales, who just admitted so he said, man, every time we fight one of them blades, they always kicking our ass, man, because it's a skill thing. Because the thing that they do as a foundation is good, it's okay, but it only highlights your attributes. If you don't have the great chin, and if you can't punch like a fucking Mack truck, this style ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's why most of the guys coming out of Mexico, they really aren't the great fighters. They solid fighters, but they're not great fighters. When somebody is great, is because they going through the gauntlet and they laying them to waste, and then they say, "Hey, man, that guy's something," and that's how they figure, And then they come out, and then that's when they become Julio Cesar Chavez, Salvador Sanchez, and stuff, and then they get like that. But hey, man, it's something else. But I really like the way the fight's going. But I'm looking forward to November 22nd, though. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. But then this tank fight, man. I know I'm hard on Tank, man. I am. I'm really disappointed in Tank, man. I really am, because I had high hopes for the guy, man. But he just don't link in with me nowhere, and I don't like that. He's supposed to, So we'll see what happened with him and the YouTuber.
Jake Paul.
He better not go out there and get dropped, man. Hey, you remember Red Fox said, "Don't you? Hey, you fucking with a heavyweight." You fucking around get clipped, man. Shit, the old boy can punch now. They ain't, they've been boxing a little while.
Hey, dig this. What's your thoughts on they during the week they was talking a lot of stuff, about Shakur and guys going. I'm putting this. I'm not gonna put no names on it. Guys going over there to help Jake Paul get ready for the Tank Davis fight.
Yeah, that's. They think that by doing that, they're going to gain some fans, because this guy got a social media presence. That if he go over there and help him, he'll have him on their show, and then some of their fans will embrace him as well. That's what he think is going to happen, but it ain't going to happen like that, man. And they need to do something on their own to bring about this star. They're running around here trying to find out ways to become a star, and they should have a promoter that's helping them do it, but they don't. These promoters they're not as good as the ones of the past, and that's sad to them, because they can't get no guidance or anything about how to do that. They should have a public relations person that talks to them and briefs them on how to deal with interviews and such, so that they can present themselves to be that way, so that they can get these endorsements and stuff. It's a shame when you got a female UFC fighter gets a beer commercial over American boxer. Come on.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen, but that's the way the world is. We got to break through it somehow. These guys got to learn how to do that, But once again, we still haven't heard anything about T.O. signing no contract. T.O. talking
No.
about he wants to fight Pacquiao. Why would Pacquiao want to fight his bum ass? And he's a bum, and I'm gonna call him a bum. And I call him a bum. I do it on X. I always say, get your bum ass in. I'm always talking trash to T.O. And I mean everything I say because that's how that dude carries stuff. He done pissed me off, and I ain't getting off his neck. You talking about you want to fight these cats, man? It's time to get it. Here they go talking again about how you turned down $10-11 million to fight some daggone Devin Haney. Come on, man. $10-11 million? Shoot. Man, I don't even want to hear that stuff, man. And they talking about, he said, yeah, well, I one of these guys I'm going to fight like he got a choice but who he should fight. And there's no reason for Pacquiao to fight him anyway. You know, you at 140. Pacquiao, he didn't fight.
I thought we was trying to bully up the fight Pacquiao.
Huh?
I thought they was trying to. I thought they was trying to set. I thought they was trying to set Rolly up to fight Pacquiao.
Yeah, but now they got Wardley trying to fight this other guy for whatever reason. I don't know. The guy ain't nobody, so I don't know why he got to fight him.
Oh, I think they try to make him a mandatory. They try to make it a mandatory.
Yeah, so I'm like, why would y'all do that now? Why not let Wardley get a crack at it? You know, that don't make sense. Then if he get the win, I mean, Pacquiao is already old. He ain't got time to be messing around like that. They need to get him in something like that and let the man go out there and see what he can do. If he wins, then the next fight will probably be him and Devin Haney. If Devin Haney wins.
Right.
You know, now that would be something I could see Pacquiao try to do. But at this point, I don't understand. That part doesn't make any sense to me. It really don't, man. And yeah, because this man is already old. He's a money maker. And then on top of that, they both PBC. Why wouldn't they allow that fight to happen between him and Rolly? That's crazy. Then here, somebody got to pay off the sanctioning fees. They got to go in there and drop off $50,000 at the door and make that little bit go away. They go by that bad boy. Ha! Little kid on the bicycle, walk up to the door. Boom, 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 boom. Somebody open the door, he toss it to him. Ride off. That's crazy.
Right. Yes, sir.
Then you got Richard Hitchinson. What is he doing? He's sitting around looking like this. Keyshawn Davis, what he doing? He's sitting around looking like this.
Oh yeah, 140.
I mean, he need to jump his ass up to 147 too. Jump on in there and see what he gonna do. That's what he need to do. He make weight, you know.
Hey, this shit. It's some dogs there. There's some dogs there.
Yes, sir. You better go and get some while he can. For them
There's
dogs
some dogs there.
and they go to 54 on them. Shoot. And then you got Gary Antoine Russell. He right over there too in the mix. He's looking for fights though. I give him credit. He's been calling cats out, so but it's time for him to get one though. Shoot.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. We got whatchamacallit tonight.
Who's that?
Quarker.
Oh
And
yeah,
Wardley.
What yeah, I didn't get to see that one, man. Yeah, I want to see what's going on with these daggone heavyweights, man. We need to get some of these cats going, man. That that young guy, Tristan Calcroof. I like that dude, man. He messed his shoulder up though, but he used to be with Bo Mac and them. And then he left, and then he said he didn't like the environment. That's when I looked at him like, man, you got to be kidding me. But I mean, the guy got skills though, man. Right now I think he's a cruiserweight, but I think he's gonna make it up to heavyweight. And he got good skills though. He know what he's doing. It's just that will he have enough to go up there and really be effective? You got so many of these big heavyweights. I think some of these big heavyweights got to go. With the heavyweight weights got to come down a little bit so we can get better boxing in the heavyweight division. That's what I think. I say it again, and people, I know you're gonna chuckle, but I still want to say Usyk fight Wilder. I still want to see that fight.
Usyk fight. Hey man, it's over for Wilder, man.
And I still like to see it just for the fact of they're closer in size, and the way that he bucked out of there when he saw him knock out Hellenius was funny as hell to me. When he stood there talking all that trash, he gonna be next. He knocked him out. He went back to fucking Europe. He ain't never said his name again. But that's funny about boxing, because imagine if it did happen, and let's say Wilder was able to get the win somehow. Then you would look back at the triangle theory and say, damn, he couldn't beat Fury. Fury couldn't beat him, but he could beat this guy. You see what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, man. But heavyweight division is kind of dry right now.
Yeah. Turkey said we need a black heavyweight champion.
Shit, they all playing football now.
They all playing football now. Or basketball.
Yeah.
They ain't even playing baseball
no more.
Oh no, baseball is dominated by all foreigners now.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
never see us play.
You never see us play.
No, we quit playing. We quit playing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's dominated by all Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and
Asians too.
yeah, Asians, Japan, and very very few white people. I mean, it's crazy how in baseball just did the whole 360.
Yeah. But I wish I had played now. I didn't know when it was going to come to. Shit, I played all the time when I was little. Then as I got older, it was like, man. But they paying so much more now. Shit, he make more than basketball players.
What?
Shoot. Damn. All you gotta do is run around. Hit the fucking ball. That's something else, man. Yeah, I wish that fight was. Happening today,
though. Yes, sir. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we're pretty good. Yeah, we got a little bit off our chest. Save a little bit for tomorrow.
Yeah. Damn, hold on. Corey. I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tomorrow we should be doing a special interview tomorrow with Corey Too Smooth Marksman out of Florida. 135-pounder up and coming
All right.
out of Florida. Be a special interview we do on Sunday. Everybody tune in and check us out. Should be a good one.
Yes, sir. Chop it out with the young.
Yeah, chop it up with the young up and coming and pick his brain and see what he talking about with boxing
Yes,
and how
sir.
he sees it'll be shaped in the next up and coming years. And hey, like I say, he 135-pounder, so it's a lot of boxing we can talk tomorrow with this guy. And cause hey, he right there in the mix of the smoke. He right there in the mix of the smoke.
Yes, sir. It's a whole
There's a whole bunch of smoke going on.
Yes, sir. A whole bunch of smoke, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man. In your last words.
Man. Yeah, be sure check Basement out on TikTok, man. TikTok. We both some rookies on TikTok trying to figure out how to work.
Right. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Listen to the show, man. Hit the like, subscribe, share button, man. This your boy Basement. That's my man Black Star Sports TV right there, man. We up out of here. Peace.
Salute. Yes, Steve.
Yes, indeed.